Hey, if you're listening to this, I'm guessing today wasn't exactly a quiet brain kind of day. Maybe it's late, the lights are low, your room feels soft and still, but your thoughts definitely didn't get the memo. They're out here doing acrobatics while you're just trying to exist. This is Midnight Clarity, bite sized therapy for when your brain absolutely refuses to shut up. I'm Maris, a licensed professional counselor in Texas. And while this isn't a formal therapy session, it is a space where we can talk through some of the wild, overwhelming, confusing shit life throws at us and how to actually deal with them. We're going to sprinkle in some science, some psychology, and some real evidence-based tools you can actually use without needing a full psych textbook on the side. Think of this less like a session and more like a late night conversation. Just us, talking honestly, figuring things out together, one sip of metaphorical wine at a time. Today's episode, Overthinking. Welcome to the club. Let's start with something simple, and I know you all can relate to. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately forgotten why you went in there? You're just standing in the doorway like, okay, did I come for my phone? Water? Was this even the room I meant to come into? What's happening? That moment is exactly what your brain feels like when you're overthinking. You know there was a point. You definitely had a reason. But now you're just standing there, mentally spinning in circles. And be honest, you never remember why you're in that room until you've given up, turned around, and walked halfway back down the hall. Every single time. And it never stops at just forgetting why you walked into a room, right? It turns into, did I send that email? Did I sound weird in that text? Did I overshare at lunch 3 days ago when I talked about that weird mole that showed up? Did my boss sound different in that one sentence in that one meeting last week? Suddenly, it's not a room you forgot. It's every moment from the last 48 hours playing on repeat. And it doesn't stop until you're reliving something embarrassing from middle school. You know exactly the moment I'm talking about. If that feels familiar, I've got news. You, my friend, are in the Overthinking Club. We don't have jackets, but we do have cookies. Honestly, maybe we should make jackets. Overthinkers Anonymous, but cute. Anyway, we rehash conversations in the shower until the water turns cold and we realize we've been arguing with ourselves for, what, an hour, 30 minutes? Time is fake in shower world. Let's actually talk about what overthinking really looks like, because half the time we just call it my personality or me being the dramatic one, when it's honestly just your brain stuck in a pattern. See if any of these hit. Replaying a conversation from hours or weeks ago and convincing yourself you sounded ridiculous. Rewriting a text or email 5 times, then instantly regretting hitting send or never hitting send and it just lives rent-free in your drafts forever. Analyzing someone's tone, punctuation, word choice, and emoji choices like you're a detective trying to figure out who done did it. Jumping straight to the worst case scenario before anything even happens. Being exhausted, but suddenly wide awake the moment you open your eyes because your brain has a list of questions it would really like addressed immediately. Procrastinating decisions because you need the perfect choice. And if it's not perfect, well, clearly everything is doomed. If you're sitting there like, okay, wow, is that what I sound like? Yes. Yes, it is. And it's important to know you're not broken. You're just an overthinker with a brain that's trying way too hard to protect you. Honestly, it's giving anxiety from inside out too. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend, especially if this is hitting a little too close to home. So why does our brain do this? Why is it out here acting like a full-time security guard when we're literally just trying to live our lives? Here's the thing. Overthinking isn't your brain being dramatic for fun. It's your brain trying to protect you. just in a really inconvenient, slightly over-caffeinated way. At some point, your brain learned, if I catch every possible mistake ahead of time, maybe I can avoid getting hurt. It thinks it's helping. It thinks it's keeping you safe. It thinks it's preventing embarrassment, rejection, failure, conflict, all the things we humans absolutely hate. But instead of actually protecting you, it just keeps you stuck in a loop of what if? What if again? Okay, but what if that? And honestly, it's exhausting. Like if you just think hard enough, rehearse enough, predict enough, maybe you'll finally feel prepared. But here's the problem. Overthinking doesn't actually make you safer. It makes you more anxious, more frozen, and more disconnected from your actual life instead of sending the damn email, making the decision, going to bed. You end up rereading old messages, Googling worst case scenarios, and asking 3 different friends for reassurance. Your brain is trying to help. It just has no idea when to stop. And here's the wild thing about your brain. It doesn't know the difference between, oh my God, my life is in danger, stress, and I think my boss hates me, stress. Stress is stress. Your body reacts the same way. That's why you end up overreacting to something tiny, not because you're dramatic, because your brain hit the same alarm button it uses for actual danger. So tonight, we're going to give your brain a different job. All right, let's get into the actual tool for this episode. We're going to put your thoughts on trial. Full courtroom, judge, evidence, bailiff with resting judgy face. Because when you're in an overthinking spiral, your thoughts don't show up politely. They kick the door down and start making declarations like they're reading sworn testimony. They definitely hate me. I definitely messed that up. I'm definitely gonna fail. I want you to notice that key word, definitely. Your brain loves absolutes when it's scared. It wants certainty, even if the certainty hurts. But those thoughts, they're not facts. They're claims, and claims need evidence. So, here's what we're doing. You're going to step into your imaginary courtroom. Pick your lawyer alter ego. Go dramatic. Go unhinged. Go Harvey Specter with a side of Elle Woods if you're feeling spicy. My personal lawyer name is Ms. Vasquez. And yes, that's absolutely a reference. If you know, you know. Now, once you've got your lawyer persona ready, we're putting your thought on the stand. Your job is simple. Prove it or dismiss it. Let's walk it out. Order in the court. First thing we do in this courtroom, name the charge. Pick one thought that's been loud lately. Not the entire spiral, not the whole life story, just one line that keeps looping. Something like, they're mad at me. I embarrass myself. I'm going to screw this up. Say it in your head, or out loud if you can. That's the thought on trial. That's the charge. You're not asking, what's wrong with me? You're asking, what exactly is my brain accusing me of? Write it down if you can. Brains love to blur things. The pen doesn't. Now, as much as it sucks, we start with evidence for the thought, the prosecution. Ask yourself, what actual evidence do I have that this thought is true? What observable facts support it? Not vibes, not guesses, facts. So, let's say your thought is, they're mad at me. Evidence for might sound like, they read my message and didn't respond for 2 days. Last time we talked, they were shorter than usual. They canceled our plans. That's it. Just list it. No dramatic story building, no adding. They probably hate me and are telling everyone I'm the worst. That's not evidence. That's fan fiction. And we leave that on Wattpad or AO3. If you notice yourself spiraling into the, and then they'll, or that must mean, gently drag it back and ask, okay, what are the facts? Now it's your lawyer's time to shine. This is where Ms. Vasquez walks up, heels clicking, not having it. She clears her throat and asks, "What evidence do you have that this thought might not be fully true? What evidence could explain what happened? What are you conveniently forgetting right now?" Let's stick with the same example. They're mad at me. Evidence against might be they've been slow to reply before when work is busy. They didn't say anything actually angry in our last message. They've told me directly in the past when something bothered them. I don't have a single screenshot, text, or sentence where they said they're mad. If your brain says, "Yeah, but they could be mad," cool, they could be. That's a possibility, not evidence. In this courtroom, we only work with facts. Now, imagine a neutral jury. Not your inner critic, not your most anxious friend. Just a group of calm, slightly bored strangers hearing this case for the first time. If they looked at your evidence for and against, what would they say? Would they say, "Yes, this is 100% proven beyond a reasonable doubt"? Or, "There's not enough here. You're making leaps"? Most of the time, the honest answer is we don't have enough evidence to say this is definitely true. And that matters because your brain has been acting like the verdict was already in. This doesn't mean we jump from "they definitely hate me" to "everything is fine, they love me, I'm amazing, the end." That's not a verdict. That's denial with glitter. And I refuse to let you or us live in Delulu land. A realistic verdict sounds more like, "I don't know if they're mad at me. I have some worries, but no solid proof." It's possible they're upset, but it's also very possible they're just busy or distracted. Right now, the only fact I have is they haven't replied yet. And I know, "I don't know" isn't as comforting as "it's all fine," but it is honest. And your nervous system can learn to tolerate honest uncertainty better than it can survive constant catastrophe. You're teaching your brain we don't assume the worst just because we're scared. We look at the evidence. So let's do a quick example in real time. Let's run one together. If you're somewhere you can do this, grab a note in your phone or a piece of paper. The charge: "I definitely embarrassed myself in that meeting." Presenting evidence for: "My voice shook when I started talking. I stumbled over a sentence. I noticed one person look down and not make eye contact." Okay. Well, now let's look at our evidence against. No one actually said anything negative. People kept the conversation going like normal. Other people also stumbled over words, and I didn't think less of them. I've had awkward moments before, and nothing catastrophic happened. Looking at the evidence in front of us, we can clearly see one side has stronger points and more evidence than the other. One is also starting to make more sense than the other. Let's check what the jury has to say. The neutral jury verdict is, there's no hard proof of that. So our new thought is, I felt embarrassed, but that doesn't mean everyone thought I was a disaster. I had a human moment. That's it. That's the tool. Not glamorous, not glittery epiphany, but it interrupts the spiral and forces your brain to slow down and deal with reality, not just fear. You can use this at any time you catch yourself a definitely thought. They're definitely mad at me. I definitely ruined it. I'm definitely going to fail. Those are all cases. You don't just accept the sentence, you take it to court. And over time, your brain starts to learn, if we're going to make bold claims, we better have the receipts. That's how you go from overthinking, being the judge, jury, and executioner, to you being the one that calls order in the court. So before we wrap up tonight, I want you to sit with this one thing. Your brain isn't the villain, and it's not trying to ruin your life, sabotage your relationships, or whisper mean things in your ear for fun. It's scared. And when your brain is scared, it reaches for the quickest explanation, even if the explanation is harsh, dramatic, or based on absolutely zero evidence. Overthinking is just your mind trying to protect you with bad data. It often comes from being thoughtful, sensitive, caring, or from times when you had to predict danger to stay okay. But now you have a way to slow it down, a way to challenge it, a way to say, hold on, we're not doing panic math tonight. And the more you practice this little courtroom exercise, the more your brain learns that fear doesn't get to hand out automatic guilty verdicts anymore. You do. You get to decide what thoughts you put on trial. You get to decide what evidence matters. You get to decide which stories you keep and which ones you dismiss for lack of evidence. And honestly, that's clarity. Not perfect certainty, not toxic positivity, just clarity. The kind that lets you exhale a little deeper. The kind that lets you sleep without spiraling. The kind that whispers, you're not going crazy. You're just learning how to think in a new way. So tonight, as you settle in, remember, you don't have to fix everything. You don't have to know everything. You just have to be willing to pause and take your thoughts to court when they start acting up. And tomorrow, we keep building on this. One quiet night, one honest thought, one tiny shift at a time. Court is adjourned. Get some rest. Thanks for spending a few quiet minutes with me tonight. This is Midnight Clarity, where your mind gets softer, your thoughts get kinder, you get to breathe again. Sleep well. Hey, before you go, just a quick reminder. If you're in Texas and looking for a therapist, you can book with me at embarkhealingtherapy.com. Midnight Clarity is for reflection and education, not therapy or personalized advice. If you're struggling or need support, please reach out to a licensed mental health professional or local emergency services. I hope you found clarity tonight.